Morning, guys. Okay, so I have been waiting upon the Lord to make a video because I never thought this is what I would do, is make videos for y'all. Never saw that coming. Anyway, the last week has just been utterly awe. You know, I think I've just, part of me didn't make a video because I seen everybody come together and I was just enjoying the discord, no longer have to be on Facebook and nobody care about what I'm saying. I mean, some of them, and I pray for them. But anyways, so I waited on God and he gave me something very special. And it come about because I was asked to do my testimony. And I feel like I've done that in church so many times in my life that it's sad, and I'm happy. So that's a hard one. I don't want people to be sad, but I do understand that testimonies are important. And so, but anyways, I'm going to do that in the end because I asked God, what should I do? Lord, do you want me to make a video? And so he told me, how about you do all your dreams and visions that you've ever had? And I said, okay. So I wrote them down. And sorry, I was walking a long distance right? And this is the path I kind of walk all the time. I've walked it in 2020 with Jesus, a narrow path, all by myself until I met you all online. And okay, so my visions, this is how I knew God was speaking to me. And number one, I'm just going to go through because I don't want my video to run out. Number one, when I was younger, after my mom had passed away, I had a vision of my mom. And it was here where I was born, or not born, but where I've grown up. And when the dream started, it was super, super bright light. I'm going to climb this thing here. And super, super bright light. And my mom was in a white dress, glowing. And I remember the flowers were beautiful, and we were talking. And I didn't want to wake up. When I woke up younger, after you lose your mom, it's like the hardest thing in the world, My mom was my world. I didn't have a dad. I never met my dad. And so there's part of my testimony too. But I've had wonderful men that have stepped up and been a great father to me. And I've always considered people, I try to find the good in them. I guess that's one trait I was always thankful for, Anyways, okay, so the second vision, all right, these are not in order. I wrote them down today. My eyes were closed and I saw a train, and somehow I knew a bomb. That's all. I don't know what that means. I know you guys say get on the Jesus train. And I know sometimes people say when the bombs come down, we go up. So that's kind of how I've put it together in my head. Okay, in 2020, when I started waking up to all this, I was talking to my boyfriend about dinner. And we were just having a conversation, and I heard a loud voice that said, get on the ark, within my soul. And we kept continuing on, and I was like, did I just hear that? Did I just hear get on the ark? And that Jesus was just pulling me in, It's like he wouldn't let me go. And so there was that, And then I saw Chad say, get on the ark, from Watchman on the Wall. And then confirmation, I was just like, I was in, you know. And then another vision I had, this was all at the beginning of 2020. I had lots of moments of visions. I don't want to tell the whole thing of this because it's personal, but I was washing my dishes and I was just, I don't know, it was like a vision now that I think about it. I saw a girl in heaven, and someone that I know, I was like watching someone that I know talk to her, and she goes, who are you? And the girl goes, I'm Alicia's daughter, you know, and instantly I understood that it was a miscarried child of mine, that I wouldn't have known if it was a boy or a girl. And I bawled. I sat down in my chair and I bawled for a minute. And I wasn't thinking of that. That happened years ago. She was exactly the same age that she would be. And she was beautiful. And I have 2 children here. And yeah, I'm just being truthful with you guys. This is what God wanted me to do. And these dreams and visions, I know many of you guys have them. So if you're judging me, I don't know what to say. This is my dreams and visions that I've had. My story, I guess. Okay. And I told you guys back in another video, I have these visions of me coming back on a horse. I'm a country girl. I love horses. I've never had my own, but I've been around them many times. And so then you read in Revelation, Jesus comes back with the church, you know, and that's what I gather from it. And then another time I was just laying in bed, and all of a sudden a door appeared in front of me, and it slammed in my face. And I opened my eyes and I was just like, Lord God, please, please, please. Like, I was kind of scared. I was just like, please don't ever slam the door on me. May I be worthy, Lord, and things like that. And these things move me forward. You know, we have to go on, and they're there. And so I'm telling you guys them. And before, I was a little conscious to tell you these things until I've seen all of you and how you're speaking. So let's see. I don't really want to talk about this one, but I'm going to put it in there. As in the very beginning of 2020 as well, I had a very scary dream. And it was after that, like, I started noticing everything on television was evil, evil, evil. And don't ask me why, but I watched a piece of The Purge. And then that night I had a dream, and it was a horrible dream. Horrible, full of shame and pornography and evil. And I woke up and I felt so shameful. And somehow I felt shame. And that's what I gathered from that. And evil. Just heartless evil. And I don't even want to talk about that dream because I just felt like that's life, the darkest you could get without Christ. Anyways, Jesus is light and he's beautiful, and I don't want to even think about that stuff. So, okay, another one. When I was in my 20s, this is off of this paper here. When I was in my 20s, I took road trips, and I was a bit of a hippie. You can see I'm a little bit like a hippie, but I'm a country girl too, so whatever. Anyways, I was in my car, and I was driving all by myself, and I heard a loud voice that said, "She's in heaven." Wasn't even thinking of that. I knew exactly what it was. It was my mom. And this time, I wasn't saved before. Well, I guess I grew up knowing Jesus my whole life, but I really gave myself to Jesus when I was 20. I'm 41 now. But anyways, I was driving, and God said, "She's in heaven." And I totally had like a conversation with him and understood what that meant, because as a child, you know, they say when somebody commits suicide, you know, they don't go to heaven. And I, as a little girl, a daughter of my mother, prayed to myself at night dear Lord, let her go to heaven. Dear Lord, let her go to heaven. And then that dream I had also confirms, I know she's in heaven. So you never know what somebody says or does within their heart. Jesus knows them. So don't ever tell anybody if there's suicide that they don't go to heaven. But also don't ever give up, because the pain that was left behind for me is my testimony, okay? God took that pain that my mom left behind from suicide, okay? So she's in heaven, and I'm going to see her, and I'm excited. And then just one more. I'm sorry, I'm going fast because Jesus gave me something I got to show you. Anyways, but I had a vision, a short dream, of a crowd of white people with crowns, like I was at a festival or something, and stunning. And when I looked down, there was a bunch of like beautiful little girls, lots of room, and they were playing with each other's crowns. And I screamed joy, like I had never felt that joy here on earth. I screamed joy. And that was that. And it was like 20 seconds or, I don't know, a minute. I was taking a nap. But everybody was in white robes with crowns, and there was little girls in front of me, and they were fixing each other's crowns, and I was overwhelmed. This practice in the